I'm Larry Morse. I'm a retired Army Ranger. Spent 3 different tours with the Rangers, 2 in 175 and 1 tour in the 3rd Ranger Battalion in the 80s and 90s.
Luis Morales. I was a Ranger in First Ranger Battalion from '97 to '02. I went from Alpha Company and then became a fire team leader. Went to Charlie Company and then and then '02 about that time I went to RIP to work at RIP, and that's my connection to the Ranger Regiment.
Yeah, I'm Mark Ritter, and served a couple of tours with the Ranger Regiment. First with First Battalion, and had the privilege of serving with the great Alpha Company, and enjoyed that immensely. It had a huge impact on me. Then I was able to serve USASOC as a Ranger LNO, and then came back and was a DCO for the regiment. And when basically during 9/11 time frame.
So my name is Brooke Bowen. From 92 to 95, I was in Alpha Company 275, and got out, went to college, and I've been the last 19 years in a federal agency.
I think the biggest connectivity with the Three Rangers Foundation and that direct link to the regiment really speaks for itself. Having those mentors who have served in the regiment and can reach back to the regiment in different capacities and help these transitioning service members really means a lot. That grassroots movement of mentors all around the U.S. being able to link transitioning Rangers to different areas around the country, that's so key in the transition process. Having someone that you can speak with, having someone that understands the local community, maybe being able to understand all those different interactions that you have to have when you go through that process. But even when we started Three Rangers a few years back, it's getting bigger, but it still has that small organization feel where you still have that connectivity with key people. It hasn't grown where the key people who run it, the key people who make decisions still aren't involved with the decision processes and helping with that mentor relationship that's so important to what we do. So I think that's important as the organization continues to grow and get bigger. Stay focused on that connectivity and that linkage with Rangers and helping with that mentor piece, and then everything else will take care of itself.
Yeah, I can always look at myself as a Ranger first, and it's in my email, Ranger Luis, that sort of thing. So I'm always a Ranger. Even though I spent a majority of the time military as a Green Beret, I'm still a Ranger first. But mentorship came to me later when I needed it the most. I was wounded in 2008. I was shot a couple times, and after 2 years of limb salvage, I eventually amputated my leg. So I had peer mentors I went to talk to about that sort of stuff. So the mentor started there as far as not having all the answers or be able to, fight through it myself, but having to actually reach out and ask, hey, what's this going to be like? Or what, for retirement, you're reaching out to other folks too. And then other people reaching out to me saying, hey, I know you're interested in doing furthering career in intel. By the way, there's a job fair for wounded warriors. And then I went to that, and so I started interning for the Navy before I got hired. But there's that mentorship from other people that I got that I felt like it's my duty now to help others. So that's why I signed up with the Three Rangers Foundations, is to help. If someone wanted to transition, a Ranger wanted to transition to the intel community and work for the government, I would hope that I could help that person, if that's what they wanted to do.
So the reason I became a mentor is I met Marcus, I think at Regimental Rendezvous, and because we live close together, we've been in contact, and I've kept running into him at other events. He kept explaining to me what Three Rangers Foundation was doing, and I'm like, hey, I'm in a good spot, a steady job, steady family. I'm about to retire, or I'm opening up more time and I can give back, and I really think that opened up the door to spending more time and volunteering to be the mentor. As far as being a mentor, I look back at my transition out of the military in the 90s, my brother who was 3 years after me in the same company, and being able to see his transition, which was probably more difficult than mine, and not having a guide or someone to ask you didn't know who to ask questions from. I think That's my biggest reason for becoming a mentor. And really quickly, you get the instant feedback. You send an email, the person says, "Hey, thanks for responding. I have a couple questions," or maybe they're like, "Hey, I'm good. I don't need your experiences right now." But you always get a response from somebody. Most of it's really appreciative, like, "Hey, I'm glad there's someone we can reach out to." I've been pretty fortunate as I transition, or actually I should say more so later, is to start building a really good network between other Rangers, and like job opportunities, financial advice. If you're having a hard time, asking questions like, how did you deal with this? So to tie all that in together, I'm at a place where I can afford to give time back, and I think it's important that the younger Rangers have someone to lean on and kind of lead the way, so to speak, getting out.
I think that mentor connectivity is important both in uniform and out of uniform. Having someone that you can reach out to. I look at the mentor piece where you as a youngster, I was getting mentored, and then that flips at some point, and you're getting mentored still, but you're mentoring others, and you use that same transition when you go out into the civilian world after you PCS or you retire. But having someone who's already been through that process really helps out with your ability to see through to your final objective, so to speak. Being able to grab onto a mentor who you served with or maybe not served with in the Rangers, but who's already been through a civilian transition, he can help you through some of those pitfalls, some of the lessons learned that we stumble through sometimes, but having that mentor makes it a little bit smoother.
I think that the TRF is solely focused on helping Rangers, in my mind. And there's probably no higher calling than to help other folks. And although I'm not sure how much I can personally help somebody, I will do so in a heartbeat. And if I can help a young Ranger make a transition or think about the next step in his life, there's nothing better than nothing more than I'd want to do, I guess.